We sense in real time how hard the tractor or the truck is pulling on the trailer, and we provide just enough propulsion to make the trailer feel completely weightless to the tractor. So now what we've built is this really smart trailer that is capable of essentially doing all of its own work, waiting for direction. And that direction, again, can come from your favorite old Peterbilt or a brand new Tesla Semi, doesn't really matter. So my name is Javidan. I'm the founder and CTO here at Range Energy. We are essentially electrifying the Class 8 trailer industry. Everybody's focused on the primary movers. We see an opportunity here in the trailers. A little bit of background on myself and on the team.
Yeah, you're telling me about that.
I'm 28 years in vehicle development. About 17 years of that have been laser focused on developing electric vehicles. I was one of the early team at Tesla. I was responsible for vehicle prototyping during the era of late Roadster, Model S, Model X, and a bunch of other different vehicle programs that we were dealing with. Went to Google after that, worked on a bunch of different programs there, and then went to Zoox to help develop the robo-taxi from there. And in 2021, I decided to start this company, and the concept was, or the idea was, that decarbonization is very, very important for all of us. What can we develop as technologists that will have an immediate big impact? And the commercial industry came up really quickly. And as I looked at the commercial industry, I saw a bunch of really great technologies being developed for the primary movers, but the box stayed the same. It was a dumb box on wheels. And so this was actually a weird idea that was on the cutting room floor in the early days of Tesla. And so I picked it back up, and now over the last couple of years, we've been focused on the Class 8 commercial trucking industry. We have, I think, over 100,000 miles on the road now. We're really, really proud of what we've been able to accomplish here.
So, you know, let's take a look at it. What exactly do we have here? This is a Class 8 trailer, but it already looks different from the outside.
Before we go any further, if you're enjoying clean trucking news and videos, you can get more delivered straight to your inbox. Sign up for our free weekly newsletter using the link in the description below.
Yeah, so essentially from this belt line up, it's a box, it's a trailer, just like you've all seen, but essentially a lot of the magic kind of happens down below and hidden. This trailer specifically has a few, let's say, add-ons or accessories that a typical fleet may see. In this case, this is a side lift gate. This has nothing to do with our system, but interestingly, we actually provide the power for the side lift gate and the rear lift gate and any other accessory. So we don't require a 12-volt infrastructure, we provide that. So talking about our system really consists of two major sub-assemblies. The first is the drive module that's behind you here. The drive module sits here on this axle, and this drive module contains an E-axle, which is an electric motor, and then all of the ancillary components that make that work, the sensing systems, all of that. The second system is over here. It's our energy module. And so here in this large black box is our energy module. In this case, it's 288 kilowatt hours of energy. And this provides all of the power that the trailer needs to operate. And what do we mean by operate? We mean provide enough propulsion to make the trailer feel weightless to whatever is towing it, whether it's a diesel tractor or an electric tractor or whatever space fuel we come up with in the future, but also provide power for things like the refrigeration unit and, like I said, the lift gate and other components. But what puts all of this together and what makes what we've built here really special is that kind of systems engineering and the control system and the software stack that makes all of this an intelligent trailer. Not only a powered trailer, but an intelligent trailer. We sense in real time how hard the tractor or the truck is pulling on the trailer, and we provide just enough propulsion to make the trailer feel completely weightless to the tractor. That includes regen as well. And so we have a lot of different algorithms that do things like torque fill in between shifts, assist up a hill, highway acceleration, a lot of these different algorithms that are built into our drive system that look at that sensor system that we've put together. And so now what we've built is this really smart trailer that is capable of essentially doing all of its own work, waiting for direction. And that direction, again, can come from your favorite old Peterbilt or a brand new Tesla Semi, doesn't really matter.
That was my next question. Does the tractor hauling this, does it have to be battery electric, and what powertrain?
Not. Yeah, it could be anything. We don't have a data connection between the tractor and the trailer. We're using onboard sensing and a whole bunch of really fancy software and systems engineering to provide the functional safety that we need and the assurance that we need to be able to propel this without a data connection.
Right. Now, we were talking before we started the interview here about weight. Obviously, batteries are not exactly lightweight,
Nope.
and I can imagine this is a heavier than average trailer.
Yeah. So if we go back to that thought of electric primary mover.
Yes.
Those primary movers typically have between 600 and 800 kilowatt hours of energy on board. This battery, this trailer here, in fact, is a 288 kilowatt hours. Because we're the trailer and we're being towed by a primary mover, a tractor, for example, we can run out of energy and still get to our destination. We're not stranding anybody. We have clutches in the axle that disengage. So then essentially it's just a freewheeling trailer with, to answer your question, the entire system adds about 5,500 pounds to the trailer.
Okay.
And so it's just the weight that you're carrying. But even in that case, most cases, we actually reactivate the regen and regen energy every time you brake to recharge that battery. So we technically never go down below about 20%, and we go into a mild hybrid mode when the battery pack gets into a low state of charge.
Will the driver notice any difference with they're driving a battery electric semi or a traditional diesel?
There's a couple of differences that you'll notice. If you now couple our trailer with an electric tractor, we increase the performance of that electric tractor notably. But where the real big benefit comes is to those other diesel tractors that are on the road today. 99.9% of the tractors are diesel, and they will be for one reason or another for a long time to come. And so what we've done is we've actually developed a specific set of drive algorithms that can sense things like acceleration up a hill, fill torque in between shifts on a semi-automated diesel tractor, anti-jackknifing, anti-mitigation controls. We can decrease the braking distance by an entire trailer length on snow and ice. That's 2 or 3 SUVs full of folks, right? And so the tractor sees a lot less load. And because the tractor sees a lot less load, we have customers saying, hey, can we buy the small block engine? What does this do to our transmission like? Now our transmissions are 5 times longer lasting because we're not wearing through clutches in between shifts. Our brake duty cycle is 3 to 5 times longer now because we're using regen instead of friction brakes. And that's not just on the trailer, that's on the entire stack. And so there's a bunch of really great benefits for maintenance that we're working through with each individual fleet based on how they use their assets.
When does it go on sale?
So we are doing pilots and reservations and purchases now. Fleets are making commitments now. And we are seeing a lot of really great commercial traction, and the first customer deliveries are going to start in early 2026.
Everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and if you have any more questions, be sure to leave them for me in the comments below.